Aloha Manga Club Chapter 1307 of Hajime no Ippo is out on the town, and I have to say that ganador, which means victor in Spanish, really leaves you feeling some conflicting emotions, especially as a long-time reader of the series. Now, as you remember, this fight between Sendo and Alfredo has been going on. It is violent. It is a bloodbath, and it is just primal. There is something crazy instinctual about this. Sendo has lost the use of his hands. Alfredo has lost the use of his apparent tactics and his mind. So let's see who wins. And we open up with this amazing spread where Sendo and Alfredo are rocking each other in the face. The ending of the punch from last chapter. Both of their heads fly back. Their bodies just spring all over. Alfredo is pushed up against the ropes and he's held up, but Sendo is flung to the middle of the ring where he waits. He catches himself with the true grit, the courage, the spirit, the strength that he has built up over the past few months. The past years of training are finally showing their fruit. Alfredo is tired. Sendo can't even see what's in front of him. They're all concerned. They're all holding their breath, watching these two men fight it out. Alfredo can barely lift his arms. Sendo cannot grasp his hands tight. But he's going in anyway. He is using the courage that he has developed over years of fighting in the streets, fighting dangerous and deadly opponents in the ring. And he launches himself forward towards Gonzalez with a huge a cannon ready to fire. Gonzalez raises his hands. He's aiming for the same counter that killed Ippo, ended the career of the person that we're following in this manga. It's a cannon to take down a cannon. If this lands, Sendo will be knocked out. And he's not faring too well. Making a fist hurts so bad, he's going to pass out. But still, he's going to come through with this punch. He's going through, making a connection. And Alfredo is ready. His entire body is telling him that it is dangerous. But he doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to hide. He wants to stand strong. He wants to fight back. Believe in your career that's taken you all over the world stage, in the strength of the men you've crossed fists with before, in the fists and heart that you've polished day after day. I'll strike him down and prove to him what my machismo is. This is Alfredo giving his all for the punch. He is waiting for the perfect timing. To see these two men destroy each other is absolutely heartbreaking and heartrending. But this is what Sendo was waiting for. The punch heard around the world. The thing that was positively going to destroy. Sendo is coming for him. In this beautiful two-page spread where it's a double hit, two of the most powerful punches to be thrown in this fight connect face to face. And Sendo slides down the glove, leaving it slick with blood as his body starts to collapse towards the bottom. And I think there's two ways that we can interpret this from the coming pages, but let's take a look at those first. Alfredo is in disbelief. He's won, but he's not taking a victory stance. He's not throwing around this kind of craziness. He's sitting there, watching, waiting. Everyone else around him is cheering or upset, trying to bring Sendo back to life, but the tiger is not asleep yet. He comes from below with a smash. His eyes are alight. And Gonzalez cannot get his hands up while this punch connects fervently with his jaw, knocking his eyes back like a lottery spinny thing. I don't know what they're called. Something. You pull the lever and that's what his eyes are doing right now. With his hand extended into the air in victory, Sendo stands while Alfredo collapses to the mat. And we end with the translation. Sendo's victory resounds. to be continued next week. Now, this is where everyone is upset. They're seeing this as a Sendo victory, but we're not seeing his face. We're not seeing what the victor is actually saying. This could be the case of a double knockout, or as I've been saying all along, Sendo may win, but he may be forced to retire because his hands are no longer functional. In fact, one thing that I would like to point out, his right hand is fully encased in shadow, and that does not happen very often with George. I'm really hoping that we get to see what comes of this. Again, there is a ton of disparaging comments all throughout the fandom saying this whole retirement arc centers around not fighting stupid and utilizing techniques and wider knowledge of the sport. Sendo wins by Homer Simpsoning Alf. Lior Poppies Medov. I can't say your name. Everyone's disappointed, but so far the only fights that I've been disappointed by George in are obviously the Itagaki fights. I think we need to see this to the end because we've been all across the board on this. We have seen dozens and dozens of fights pass before us, not knowing what to expect, and everyone has been wanting Sendo to win so bad. In fact, people are saying he needs to win, he's going to win, he has to win. And I'm very concerned that people aren't really going to see what's happening here. Sendo did fight smarter slightly. He listened to Ippo. Ippo understood what it takes to step across the line. This whole fight isn't about technique. It's about what it takes to cross the line. The mentality to become the best. From a storytelling and narrative perspective, that's what I have been getting from this. What does it take to be a monster, to be a beast? What do you need to be willing to sacrifice? And I think the ending of this, if it ends with Sendo winning but retiring and Alfredo losing, they were both willing to give every ounce of their soul to this fight. They were both willing to sacrifice their very careers to stand even close to the top. And here we are at the end of the fight, towards the finish. And I'm really hoping that we get to see George come through for me this time yet again. I know you're all disappointed, but wait, give it one more week. Let's see what happens. Let's see where the story really goes from here. Who do you think the real victory is? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime and manga related content. And for everyone new and old, welcome and welcome back. It's your boy Lohili, and I will see you next video.